Here's something nobody tells you when you're learning to ride. The goal was never to hold one position. It's to find a riding position that works, that allows you to communicate clearly with your horse and stay balanced and secure. But most of us were taught riding as a set of shapes. Heels down, shoulders back, leg long, sit up. And we spend years trying to force our bodies into these shapes, gripping to keep the legs still, bracing to stay upright, holding our breath to concentrate. And the harder that we tried, the more tense we became. And the more tense we became, the more uncomfortable the ride felt. And somewhere along the way, we decided that discomfort was just part of riding. It isn't. There is a way to sit in the saddle that feels balanced, secure, and genuinely at ease, where your leg drapes rather than gripping the horse, and where your seat can follow instead of bouncing in the saddle, where your contact can be light because your arm is soft, not just because you're trying to avoid bumping the horse's mouth. That feeling exists, and it doesn't come from trying harder to hold the right form. It comes from understanding what your body is actually doing and learning to work with that instead of against it. To help you find this feeling in your riding is why I teamed up with Ride IQ to create a new program for beginner and intermediate riders called Riding Flow. Riding Flow is for riders who feel like they're working harder than they should be, who feel stiff or unbalanced or like their position isn't quite clicking no matter how many times they've been corrected. It's for riders who've been told what to do. Put your heels down, get your shoulders back, soften your hands, but they've never been shown how to actually feel those things in their own body. This course is for English riders, Western riders, for arena riders, and for trail riders. It's for those who have their own horse and also students who ride lesson horses, maybe once a week. It's not a course about your horse. It's entirely about you, the rider, and how to build a solid seat, a good leg, and a soft contact that actually functions. Because here's the thing that most riding instruction misses. Your body already has patterns. The way that you breathe under pressure, the way that you hold tension through your shoulders or through your hips, the way that your shoulder braces when you concentrate. These patterns come with you into the saddle long before you ever sit on the horse, and they do shape every ride, whether you're aware of them or not. Forcing a position over the top of these patterns doesn't change them. It just adds more effort and tension. What works is understanding the function behind the form, why the way you sit matters, not because it looks right, but because of what it allows your seat to do. Why having a long leg isn't about pushing the heel down, but about releasing the tension in your thigh, normally in the back of the thigh, that's shortening it in the first place. And why soft hands actually start not only in our shoulder, not just in our fingers, but in our hips. And when you understand and can really feel what you're looking for in your seat, in your contact, in your leg aids, you have this frame of reference to come back to in your riding. Riding Flow is built in collaboration with Ride IQ, and it includes 4 things. A short video foundation course, the core of the program. We'll work through the fundamentals of riding in a way that is practical and immediately applicable for you in your riding. You'll learn how to find a balanced, neutral seat, how tone looks. And tone is that middle place between being too tense and stiff or being too floppy in the saddle, and why this matters for every rider. We'll talk about your breathing and how this affects your lower back, movement of your hip, and your horse's ability to move freely underneath you. How to build a leg position that makes you more stable and honestly less tired, and how to develop contact that follows rather than holds. You'll also get a brand new audio lesson series. This is designed specifically to be used at the barn before or during your rides. These are not lectures, they're guided sessions that walk you through the awareness and the feel of what you'll be working on in real time while you're with your horse. You just plug in and ride. Next, you'll get monthly check-ins so that you're never just working through this material on your own. These are regular live sessions to help keep you on track, answer your questions, and also help you apply what you're learning to your own riding and your own horse. And finally, you'll also receive a guided pathway that continues beyond this foundational course into advanced instruction from some of the best riders and coaches in the world, including Olympic level riders featured on Ride IQ. In the Q&As, I'll help you understand how to take their teaching and apply it to where you are right now. With one purchase, you get forever access to the course materials and 3 months free access to Ride IQ for your guided pathway with the additional teachers. Now, before you join, I want to speak to a few things that I hear from riders who are often on the fence. If you're thinking you might be too much of a beginner, the fundamentals of seat, leg, and contact are not intermediate or advanced concepts. They're what every rider at every level is always working on. The earlier that you learn to apply good fundamentals in your riding, the less bad habits you'll have to undo later. If you don't have your own horse, that's fine, and very common with my students. You don't need your own horse to improve your seat. The work here is on you, not on the horse, and it can be practiced on any horse, including a lesson horse that maybe you just ride once a week. Also, if you ride Western or any other discipline, the fundamentals of a balanced, functional seat are the same regardless of discipline. A deep seat, a relaxed hip, a soft contact are not concepts just for English riding or dressage. They're riding concepts. The language translates and the results are going to show up whatever saddle you sit in. If you've tried online courses before and haven't finished them, Riding Flow is built around short focus sessions that fit into riding life. The audio series is designed to be used while you're already at the barn, not to add another hour to your day. And the monthly check-ins are there to help you keep moving forward, so it doesn't become just a library of videos that you're left alone with. And if you're not sure you'll notice a difference, the first thing you take into the saddle won't be a shape or a position to hold. It'll be a feeling to find. Most riders notice something shift in just the very first ride. And it's a real tangible change in how they're sitting and how the horse feels underneath them. That's exactly what we'll be working towards together. Riding Flow is a one-time purchase. You'll get the full foundational video course, the audio lesson series, the monthly check-ins, and also the guided pathway through that 3-month bonus subscription to Ride IQ. There's no ongoing charges, it's just one investment in your riding and you'll get access to everything included here, now and as you grow. If you've been riding for a while and feel like something hasn't clicked, this could be the layer that's missing. If you're newer to riding and want to build it right from the start, this is where to begin. And if you've been corrected 100 times and still can't feel what your instructor is asking for, here's how to change that. The link is down below to join. We'd love to have you inside Riding Flow.